Hello everyone, I'm your host Heather Dawson and welcome to California Life, where we bring you the best of California every week on our show, including the best of California wineries.
With more than 100 distinct wine-growing regions, California is the fourth largest wine producer in the world, behind France, Italy, and Spain.
It's the nation's #1 wine producer, making 90% of all U.S. wine.
California also has the world's most widely adopted green winemaking program.
California is one of the most environmentally conscious places in the world, and that's reflected in the approach that our vintners and growers take with sustainable wine growing practices.
Pretty impressive, and definitely a reason to celebrate. That's where California Wine Month comes in.
California Wine Month is a statewide celebration that's now in its 9th year. It's proclaimed every year by Governor Jerry Brown, and it celebrates our annual harvest and is a great time for wine lovers.
Wineries across the state are offering exciting activities from VIP wine tastings, tours, and wine festivals to crushing and blending your very own wine.
You know, there are so many great events happening during California Wine Month. It really depends on what you're interested in.
Lodi is also offering a road trip passport that's good for winery events and discounts throughout September. Madera County will hold a California Wine Month reception and wine tasting on September 26th, and the 26th through the 29th, San Luis Obispo County will host Sunset Savor the Central Coast, which features 4 days of food and wine immersion experiences.
California Wine Month has about 100 different events happening in regions around the state,
including farther south in Temecula Valley.
Temecula has actually really embraced California Wine Month.
With more than 35 wineries, Temecula Valley is one of the state's fastest growing wine regions.
Within the last 10 years, I'd say it's just exploded.
Largely due to its location.
We're in beautiful Southern California, close to San Diego, Los Angeles, Orange County, Palm Springs. It's just an ideal situation for wine grape growing region.
The climate is also ideal.
We're only 20 miles from the ocean, and there's a local gap just southwest of us called the Rainbow Gap. And directly through that gap is where the airflow comes. During the day, during the summer, as the heat rises in the deserts, it draws all that cold ocean air in through our valley and cools us off. So a lot of the classic wine regions of the world have just that.
And just like those classic regions, Temecula Valley is making its mark on the wine world.
The fact that we're growing quality grapes and making really high quality wines now more so than ever is really drawing the people to us. The trend is towards some of the Mediterranean, the Rhone, the Italian, but what's great about this region is we're not really locked into any specific variety or type of wine. We have an experience for all types of wine drinkers.
Temecula Valley is also one of the only wine regions in the state where you can stay overnight right among the vines.
There are some properties with hotels, really beautiful, nice little boutique hotels.
Several wineries also offer restaurants on site.
The valley is attracting some top-notch chefs.
And activities that let you experience Temecula Valley in a whole new way.
There's wine tasting, there's horseback riding, there's balloons.
This is one of the most popular ways to explore Temecula Valley wine country. The Temecula Carriage Company's winery tours take you right through the vines, giving you a chance to really drink in the scenery.
There's a lot to do here beyond just the tasting room. When you come to visit Temecula Valley, you actually can come out and spend a whole weekend or a week, and you don't have to leave the wine country.
And when you go during California Wine Month, you can visit 4 wineries for just $35 with a SIP passport.
When you walk through the door with a SIP passport, it shows that you're actually participating in California Wine Month, and you're in the know. You're part of what we consider our harvest time, and that's kind of exciting to see people sharing that with us.
Another way you can share in the excitement is at Crush, Temecula Valley's annual Food and Wine Gala on September 14th.
It's where all the winemakers, all the guests, all the restaurateurs, we all get together and really celebrate the month.
And toast California's rich winemaking tradition.
My favorite thing about California Wine Month is that it happens right at the peak of activity in our vineyards and wineries. So it's really a chance to see what it takes to make great wine.
To learn more about these events or find a California Wine Month celebration near you, visit discovercaliforniawines.com. Bringing you
Remember the popular TV series Sex and the City? Well, the widely acclaimed romantic comedy was filmed in New York City and based on Candace Bushnell's 1997 book that follows the lives of a group of 4 women in their 30s and 40s. Despite their different natures and ever-changing sex lives, they remain inseparable. Now, Candace Bushnell is promoting her new book, a sequel, entitled, Is There Still Sex in the City?
I think that readers will certainly recognize bits of themselves and I think probably bits of friends that they know. I've had a lot of people say, you know, I've got a group of friends just like those characters. So I'm hoping that they'll really feel that this is something that helps them get through the ups and downs of the new middle age.
Always on the hunt for insights about life, sex, and dating, in her new book, this award-winning author explores what she describes as middle-age madness, profiling 6 different women with life-changing experiences.
Middle-age madness is a period of time that I've seen so many women go through, really in their mid-50s, and it's kind of like where everything, you know, the big events of life hit you at the same time. It's also a time of self-improvement, and I've seen that people who really get through this passage well are the ones who embrace the change, and really keep trying new things. I mean, this is also a time, and I kind of make fun of it in the book, where people will start doing things that they've never done before. For instance, exercising. And other people will take up a creative pursuit.
According to Candace, she gathered stories from many women in order to develop these characters. As you'll discover, the constant theme between her first book and the second book remains the same.
It's really a full circle kind of time. And like Sex and the City, which was a time when one really needs your girlfriends to get through, you know, those ups and downs. Is There Still Sex in the City is another time when one really needs one's girlfriends again. These are going to be your ride or die team going forward. So it's really about renewal of those vows of friendship.
Bringing you the best of California, I'm David Wiley for California Life. Success, it's something that most of us are seeking, whether it's in our careers, hobbies, or personal relationships. But that success can sometimes be elusive due to failures and setbacks. Now, it may seem counterintuitive, but Anthony Russo, an entrepreneur and motivational speaker, says failure can actually equal success.
I consider myself an expert on failure, and it sounds really odd, but I push myself on a daily basis to failure, and that's a great philosophy for people at the gym. It's a great philosophy when you're running a business, because if you're not pushing yourself to the point of failure, you're not going to grow.
Anthony developed what he calls a double down strategy. This comes after the failure of 2 of his own business endeavors.
So I learned from those 2 failures, and then identity marketing, when I went into that business on my own without my partner, became a 7-figure staffing agency in the marketing world within 18 months. So it wasn't that it was just, oh my goodness, I was successful out of nowhere. I used those failures, I doubled down with what I learned in order to get to where I was.
And the idea of the double down strategy actually originated in Anthony's childhood in Las Vegas, where he grew up with a father who was a compulsive gambler. Anthony realized that his dad's best and worst moments at the casino were a result of his double-down style of play that, although risky in gambling, is unexpectedly effective in life.
The concept behind it is every time you lose, you double your bet. So to go into it as a life strategy and avoiding how horrible it is for gambling, it's the idea of every time you fail, you double your efforts. The whole concept of dust yourself off again and get back up, I take that to the next level, because it's more than that. You need to realize what knocked you down in the first place, collect yourself, so that when you come back forward, you're doubling down your efforts and allowing you to go, when you actually succeed, you're going to be ahead of where you started, no matter how many failures it took to get you there.
And while Anthony preaches his double-down strategy in life and business, he admits it's nothing new. Many entrepreneurs have been using this philosophy, whether they're conscious of it or not.
If you show me a successful entrepreneur, you're probably showing me somebody that has failed. There is millions of stories of those people that have failed. You can look at the greatest. You could look at Steve Jobs, Bill Gates. Steve Jobs, for example, he was a genius, but he got fired, not because of anything he was doing wrong in terms of building the computers. It was because he was horrible to people. So when he came back to Apple, he used that failure to then be better to his employees, be better to his coworkers, be better to his peers, and here we are today with everybody walking around with an iPhone.
In addition to the Double Down strategy, Anthony has also created a movement he calls #BeTheChange, which seeks to inspire people to make the world a better place.
It really is a concept that the golden rule still applies. I think we've forgotten that. And ultimately, to drop the politics and actually do stuff. If you're an environmentalist, the idea was to go and do something for the environment, make sure you're recycling. If you are big into inner city youth development, don't talk about all the issues they have, go actually do something, donate your time.
To learn more about #BeTheChange and Anthony Russo's Double Down strategy, go to doubledownstrategy.com. And Anthony is also available to speak to groups, and he says plans are in the works for a book that outlines his Double Down strategy that should be released very soon. Bringing you the best of California, I'm David Wiley for California Life.
Coming up next here on California Life, how one local California couple put everything on the line to try and make it in the beer industry. Beer is becoming a big business, and microbreweries are popping up all over California. Here's one couple that made it a success.
A passion for handcrafted beer and a love of Rancho Cucamonga is what led to the opening of our city's first microbrewery. Rancho natives Joshua and Kristen Hamilton recently opened Hamilton Family Brewery in an industrial building on 7th Street near Archibald. The journey to starting the brewery began with Joshua, who had a passion for home brewing.
What really got me hooked was when I was able to share my first batch with my buddies and they enjoyed it. And so it kind of brought a lot of my passions together, being creative and working with my hands, and then hanging out with my friends and just being around people and all that. So there's just so much about things that encompass brewing beer and drinking beer that I just fell in love with.
But opening a business, any business, is not cheap. So Joshua and Kristen took a big leap of faith to transition from home brewing to opening a commercial microbrewery.
I never in my wildest dreams would have thought that we would have owned a brewery.
Basically, they sold their home and everything they own to pursue their dream.
What it took to start our brewery was we sold everything we owned, the house, all the kids' toys and everything, and we moved in with the in-laws. So we sacrificed a lot, but it was well worth it, you know, and now here we are.
Here they are indeed. The Hamilton Family Brewery has gotten off to a successful start. The word is getting out among beer lovers who are coming to the brewery to taste authentic craft beer that uses all natural ingredients.
All our beers start with that: barley, water, hops, and yeast. And then some of them that we do, our seasonal beers, we'll get the real ingredients. We don't use any extracts or flavor additives or anything like that. So we do a watermelon beer in the summer, and we'll get big fat 20 watermelons, cut them all up, puree all that, add that into the beer. Our 909 beer has oranges. We puree that, add that into the boil. We do a double mango, double IPA is very popular. We get organic mangoes. So whenever we approach our beer, the ingredients are going to be the freshest, most purest thing we can get our hands on. And then I believe it shows in the final product.
Also what shows in the beer is the Hamiltons' love for Rancho Cucamonga. Many of the labels on their brews feature Rancho history and local landmarks.
So for Gold Rush, we have the waterfall at the top of Sapphire. For Brethren, we have the church on Archibald and Church Street. For 909, we have in the background the Cucamonga Peak mountain range. For Young Fool, we have George Chafee Jr. sitting on his house on Etiwanda, first house with electricity west of the Rockies. On Midnight Oil, we have the gas station that's on Archibald and Route 66. And on 2x4 IPA, we have the lake from the Red Hill Park.
Another twist to Hamilton Family Brewery is the family aspect. Not only is the whole Hamilton family involved in the business, but they strive to make their business fun and family friendly, with root beer and juice boxes for the kids and board games for everyone.
Definitely not a bar atmosphere at all. The lights are on, we have the roll-up door open, and it's just a family-friendly, fun, think coffee shop meets beer. That's kind of how I like to explain it to people.
The Hamilton Family Brewery Tasting Room is located at 9757 7th Street, Suite 802. They're open in the afternoons and evenings, Wednesday through Saturday. For more information, check out their website at hamiltonfamilybrewery.com.
Coming up next here on California Live, we've got the best of entertainment. And now for the best of entertainment with Audra Stafford, Disney style.
No anniversary celebration would be complete without some tasty treats. Chef Kane Luttrell is going to show us some of the special things they've got.
Well, we'll start off right here. We have our Meyer Lemon Creme Brulee Tart that you're going to help me make. And you can actually do this at home. It's pretty simple. Do it with the whole family. So we have a basic tart shell. This is our Meyer Lemon custard. You're going to scoop some of that in here. And I want it just full, almost level. So as much as you can. Keep it going.
Lots and lots and lots of this good.
There we go. Perfect. All right. And now I will get some of our diamond crystal sugar here.
Diamond crystal, I like that.
That's right.
Lots of diamonds for the diamond celebration.
Quite a bit. I mean, we're going to caramelize this.
Never have too many diamonds.
Exactly. That's right. So creme brulee literally means burnt cream. So we're going to torch it here. Don't worry, I won't get you.
Oh, that looks so
we go.
good.
And then what I want you to do here, just a little bit of our blueberry compote.
Okay.
So basically it's sugar and blueberries kind of reduced down
Okay.
over low heat. There you go, one big scoop right on top. Perfect.
Look at that. So where can people find this wonderful dessert
So
here
this
at
is
the Disneyland
available
Resort?
at the Blue Bayou Restaurant at Disneyland Park.
That's the one inside Pirates of the Caribbean.
Absolutely.
So cool.
Absolutely. So I have one here and it has our white chocolate diamond on there.
Yes, I love that. That's pretty
diamonds
special.
galore.
And then this, gosh, how do you
So
even
that's
do that?
It's a chocolate stencil.
It's like art.
Exactly.
Show me some of the other things you've got around the
For
park.
sure. So we'll start over here. We have our Mickey Balloon popcorn bucket.
That's
So
cool.
that will be available during our diamond celebration.
Okay.
It comes in 3 different colors, also red and blue.
Okay.
And then we have the travel mug. So we have different designs on the mugs, one for each park.
Very
So
cool.
you switch
okay.
it up.
Lots of things people
Absolutely.
can collect.
Right here we have our ugly pies, we call them. So these are available at Flo's V8 Cafe. in
Okay, and
Cars
what's
Land.
in these ugly pies?
So the ugliest here is the apple cheddar.
Okay.
And yes, cheddar cheese inside there.
Yum.
This one here is a strawberry rhubarb. And then the Mississippi mud pie.
Okay, so those are all at Flo's V8 Cafe.
Correct, in
Great.
Cars Land.
And what do you have over here?
And then on the other side we have our oil cans, the Dynaco oil cans. So
Love that.
those are sipper mugs, also 3 different varieties of those, and the different oil weights as well.
Wow, so many things to taste, so many things to collect. You definitely want to get here for the Diamond Celebration here at the Disneyland Resort.
We have excellent news. The matchmaker has found you an auspicious match.
It is decided. Come and sit down. It is what is best for our family.
Yes, I will bring honor to us all. Quiet. Composed. Graceful. Disciplined. These are the qualities we see in a good wife. These are the qualities we see in Mulan. It is my duty to fight.
And that wraps up this episode of California Life. Remember, if you missed any part of our show, you can go to our website, californialifehd.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. We'll see you next time.
Watch us on our YouTube channel. Stay connected to our social media, like our blogs on Facebook. Follow our tweets on Twitter. And check out our posts on Instagram and Pinterest, where we bring you the best of California.